Some of the fitness advice you're following is the reason you are stuck. And the problem is, it sounds right because a lot of the advice works until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it keeps you stuck. So today we're gonna go over fitness advice I find trip people up more than they actually help people. Starting with one that's going to be very surprising to everyone. It's all about showing up. What? How can that be a problem? Listen, showing up is the first step, for sure. You can't do anything if you don't show up. But there comes a point when showing up turns into the default. As long as I show up, that's all I have to do. The effort is all put into showing up, not into actually working and progressing in the showing up. Once you've applied all the effort in showing up, no progress is going to be made. Once no progress has been made, things get discouraging. Things feel boring, things feel repetitive without actually seeing the results that you're working so hard through showing up on. So showing up should be one of the first things you focus on. Yes, 1000%. But that is step one. That is lacing up your shoes to build the habit. At a certain point, you don't just lace up your shoes, go out the door, and then come back in and take the shoes off. You go somewhere with those shoes on. You walk around the block. Maybe you eventually walk for 5 minutes. Maybe you eventually jog for a block. Maybe you start to jog for 5 blocks. Maybe you start to jog for 5 minutes. You eventually start to increase the goal. It's no longer just about showing up. It's about what are you doing once you're showing up? Where is your effort, your fragile, finite effort? Where is that being placed? Just in showing up or in actually progressing once you're there? When we keep telling ourselves it's all in showing up, that's as far as our brains think we have to go. Remember, we are designed, we are biologically wired for the path of least resistance. We are designed to conserve energy. It's how we're built. So we are working against our biology here when we want to push it to do more. We don't have to work for survival in the same way we did when we were hunters and gatherers. Now we have to manufacture those stresses, manufacture those inconveniences, manufacture all of it. So when the brain hears, the goal is to show up, that's it. Path of least resistance, show up, done, check out, she did it, we're good. It doesn't start to think about what's after that, what's after the showing up. We want to think about showing up as to get you started. It gets you in the door. But once we're in the door, we got to go somewhere. We got to move. So show up. Yes. Be consistent. Yes. But be careful about how that wires your brain. If your brain starts to think it's all about showing up and there's nothing else required, then you're going to get yourself into a frustrating place because you're not going to see the progress that you're putting in all this effort for. So show up, but then take it to the next step. And remember, if you're just starting out on something new, yes, showing up is the first step. Build it to the point where your brain understands this is something now that we need to be doing. This is a new habit that she has. This is a new thing we have to adapt to. And you're constantly pushing the goalpost a little bit further. Make sure showing up starts to get pushed to the next step. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? Number 2, this one's gonna sound a little controversial. Do whatever you enjoy. Listen, again, all of these are grounded in a very wonderful place. You should do what you enjoy. Yes, I want my clients to love strength training. I want my clients to enjoy moving their bodies. I want my clients to absolutely cannot wait to get into their bodies and start to progress and work on things. I want my clients to have an amazing time. Yes, this should not be punishment. That said, sometimes when all you are chasing is move your body, do the things you enjoy, move your body however you love, there is no structure to it. There is no way to progress it. There are times for that. Listen, you want to have just a dance session? Do it. You want to have a Pilates session? Do it. Yoga, feel free in your body. There are absolutely times for that. Absolutely. But in order to get stronger, in order to build your capacity, you have to make sure you're progressing at something. That requires a little bit of structure, a little bit of repetition, a little bit of here is the plan. We are working on the basic movement patterns. We are progressively overloading. We are improving the load of mechanical tension. So yes, the goal is to enjoy what you do, but that doesn't mean that it's a free-for-all and you're gonna see results constantly. You can enjoy what you do, but you can also do it through structure, do it through a progressive strength plan. So please, this is not me saying, don't do what you love. I want you to do what you love. I want you to move your body. That's the important thing. But I also want you to see results, and I want you to progress, and I want you to get stronger. There is repetition behind that. There is structure behind that, and there is definitely a plan behind that. This leads me into the next one that I don't really have any, that I can't really support in many ways. You just got to make sure, yes, switch it up, just shock the system. Listen, your body is not a raccoon. Your body does not live on April Fool's Day. Your body is not just there to be surprised. It doesn't adapt to shock. It adapts to repetition and progressive stimulus. When you constantly switch things up to keep your body guessing, it's not going to actually learn anything. It's just going to constantly try to keep up. It's not going to build any capacity. It's not going to get any smarter. It's like teaching your child how to ride a bike, okay? They've just got their training wheels off. You're showing them they've learned this. This is how you balance your weight. This is how you keep yourself steady. This is what happens when you have to turn. This is how you brake. This is how you are careful on uneven surfaces. This is how you look out for things coming your way. We are taking the training wheels off. I'm going to let go of you now. You're going to put all of this in practice. Go. And instead of all that, you just say, just kind of like throw your weight around. Just kind of like go whatever. Just shock the system and just your body will just figure it out. It's just going to figure it out. One, your child is never going to want to try to ride a bike with you ever again. And two, you're not going to ever get those training wheels off. The amount of bruised knees that child is going to have. It's the same thing. You've got to teach your body how it's supposed to respond. You've got to teach your body enough that it can respond in ways that actually is smarter. It can actually learn from. Shocking your system, doing something new to keep it guessing, is just another way of saying, I don't want to stick to any program. I'm afraid I'll get bored. I want to make sure I do not progress at anything. I'm not going to do anything repetitive. Go back to my last piece. There is a place for doing what you enjoy and always doing new things, but understand there are consequences that are going to happen. Your body isn't going to learn. It's not going to progress. You won't get stronger. You're not building capacity. So I challenge you to shock your system to get a little stronger by repeating the same thing over and over with a little progressive overload. Fast done. And finally, this one might be a little shocking, especially in this day and age, because it seems to be very polarizing, putting you in one camp or another. Overly simplified phrase: to lose weight, you have to eat less, move more. Listen, there are so many reasons that I find that to be problematic. And again, I'm not trying to put myself in one camp or another. I'm purely thinking about how it is interpreted when you're trying to put it into action, when you're taking this fitness advice to heart and you're trying to live it out. If your goal is weight loss and you are told eat less, move more, you are going to do a lot of things. One, you are going to consume fewer calories, which is going to make you want to move just a little bit less. So that is going to lower your overall calorie expenditure through your NEAT. Two, you are going to think that the only way you can lose weight is purely by trying to out-exercise your diet. You are going to get yourself stuck in a corner where you cannot eat any less and you cannot move anymore, and you are so tired, you are so under-recovered, your body is so stressed out, there is no way you are going to be able to maintain weight loss, let alone any sort of hope for building muscle on top of that. It comes from a place of trying to explain the law of thermodynamics. We all understand that. If you want to lose weight, you have to be in a deficit. But the simplified version of saying the only way that you can be in a deficit is by eating less and moving more, it tanks your metabolism because you lose your muscle because you're eating less and you're moving more. When your metabolism starts to go down, you're going to start to burn less calories. Remember, your metabolism is your basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories you burn to be alive. When that starts to go down, because your weight goes down, the more mass you carry, the more calories you naturally burn. When that goes down, you're not gonna have anywhere else to go. So all of that to say, yes, weight loss requires a deficit, which is that eat less, move more concept. But you can be in a deficit in so many ways. Number one, start with strength training, because the more muscle mass you have on your body, the more calories your body is gonna have to burn to maintain it. What do I always say? Muscle mass is metabolically active. It requires energy, calories, to maintain. The more muscle mass you have, the more calories your body naturally burns. So when you start to lose weight or eat less, you still have a higher metabolic rate due to that muscle mass. Number two, eat protein. This is where protein, because it is higher in the thermic effect of food, it burns 30% of calories. Assuming you're eating lean protein, which is chicken breast, Greek yogurt, egg whites, the lean meats, the white fish, you are going to be burning 30% of the calories just to digest it. So you're not fully taking in all of the calories you consume. Beyond that, it gives you energy. It keeps your blood sugar stable. It keeps you full, so you're not consuming more calories. And most importantly, it helps you build that lean mass that we just talked about. The third thing would be walk. Why do I say walk more than jog or run? Aren't you burning more calories when you run? Yes, but at a cost. You're gonna spike your appetite and your cortisol. Spiking your cortisol is not a bad thing, but chronically spiking your cortisol can really, really slow down fat loss. Walking, on the other hand, first of all, everyone can do it. You can do it throughout the day. You don't have to have one long block to do it. You can do it when you're under recovered. You can do it when you're tired. You can do it when you're in a calorie deficit. It's not gonna pull from your muscles. You're not gonna lose muscle mass, but you can still get your calorie burn through that. And it helps regulate your glucose or your insulin. Those three things alone, build muscle, eat protein, walk. That is essentially the three things you can do to get yourself in that calorie deficit of eat less, move more. That is a spiel. I can go into a whole rant about that one if you feel so inclined. I just want you to think about the nuance of those phrases that can actually do a little bit more damage to keep you stuck than help you progress. Eat less, move more is the concept of weight loss. Yes, you gotta be in a calorie deficit, but it's not that simple. I don't want you to just eat fewer calories and move your body until you are exhausted, you have no more muscle mass, and you are so stressed and under recovered that you cannot sustain it. Okay, got myself all fired up on that one. Those are 4 pieces of fitness advice that I understand where they come from, and do they have a place? For most of them, yes. There are many more that I could go into, many more, like pain is weakness leaving your body, but that is for another video. Comment below if you'd like to see another video, or if there is one piece of fitness advice that you particularly find less than helpful, or that you disagree with one of the ones I said today. I'll see you in the next one.